ART 101. So I am recording this to give more clarity on our project UI and keyboard features, just basically a cleaner recap of everything that we've done for the last 3 sessions. So this is how we are going to do this. So I'm going to break this video down to maybe 4 or 5 parts just to make it just cleaner, so it isn't too much information. So this is what we're doing for this little mini series of our recap. We are going to talk about creating UI widgets, but we are not actually creating them, at least not all of them, for this session, because that is something that you can find in some of the tutorials that we learned. And in the resources checklist assignment, there were many videos that taught you how to do UI. So we're not really going to walk you through the process of the basics of creating UI, but I will create some such as the start menu as well as the pause menu. But I think I already created those, so I probably won't go through the full steps, but these videos are available for you. So we've already covered this. So then today I'll walk over just how to create a new map that will be for your start menu, because if you're creating let's say you have different levels, but we'll need to create a map that is specifically for the start menu, and then we'll click start and then it'll start the game. So we'll go over this as well as the pause menu, which is what I was trying to get to work today. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I think I just wasn't pressing the letter or the keyboard input that I needed for that. So that kind of sucks, but I'll walk over that today. I'll walk through it today, and then the ability to quit the game. So this is our little agenda. And as I'm walking through the Unreal Engine software for all of these things, I will have our lectures pulled up so that way I can follow through so you can understand what is going on. So the first thing, let me go ahead and split my screen right here. The first thing that it tells us to do is to create our UI widgets. Like I've mentioned, this is something that should be done on your own and will not walk through the full process in the video, although you'll see just a little bit of it. So let's go to the start menu. So here it says create a new map that will be for the start menu. So as you can see here on our content drawer, there's a lot of different folders that are available. If you one thing I want you to pay attention to, there's starter content, which is what Unreal already does for us, but there's also the third person template, which is the one that I believe most of you guys have been editing. So for the third person template, if you go on maps, you'll be able to find this is the map for whatever you guys have been working on in class. So what I went ahead and did, I'm just using the starter content. So that's something you can probably do as well. But if you wanted to create an entirely new map, what you can do is go to file right here on top of the screen. Once you hit file, my mouse has been acting so funny, but once you click on file, you can open up a new level. So think of when we're playing a game and the player reaches an amount of points in one level and then they reach the other level. So the way that this is programmed is, hey, as soon as this player is done overlapping with this last exercise or something, or this last game, move it to the next level. So this is kind of similar to that. So here, I'll just start off. It can be you can just create a basic level and you can go ahead and create it. And that's gonna take just a little, it's going to take a minute to load. So that can be, just make sure it is saved as well. So then you will go ahead and save current level as, or you can just say, save current level as, and give it a new name. So I'm just going to put it as the start menu, and then I'm going to save that. Okay, so it's going to be saving it for me. And then now let's go ahead and look for it. We have our content. As you can see here, it appears here because I didn't put it in a specific folder. But remember, there's still the starter content, which is where my start menu was. But this is our new start menu and we're here. So it's just an empty level. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I want it to be just kind of using this level as just a background to know where my player will start. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and then I'll see you on the next one.